It's a joy for me to be able to introduce you to Abel, and we're going to be communicating in Portuguese, but we will have a voiceover, so I trust you enjoy this interview.
Eu me chamo de Abel Tesoura.
My name is Abel Tesoura. I lost my dad in 2005 before coming to the mission. I was pretty young at the time, only in the 3rd grade, and when my dad died, I lost hope and felt very lost and directionless. I wasn't sure what direction my life would go, since my family was really poor. We went through a terribly hungry time at home. My mother heard that there was a mission, Sam Ministries, so we decided to come and see if we could get a bit of ground corn from them to eat at home. We struggled like that for a while, coming regularly to ask for help. And then my mom, she decided to ask for a permanent placement as beneficiaries in their orphan program, so we could continue to receive food, plus get help to continue our studies. Without assistance, we didn't have enough money to buy scribblers or to register for school. We're so thankful that God worked on our behalf and the mission accepted us into their orphan program. When that happened, our lives changed. We not only were back in school learning, but we learned about God too, spiritual truth. We were also tutored in our schoolwork so we could improve our grades.
So things improved greatly.
Yes, things got way better.
Hope started to flow back.
Yes, I had hope once again.
Tell us a little bit about your educational journey.
Well, as I said, I was in the 3rd grade when we started receiving help. I was able to carry on to grades 4 and 5 at the school close to my home, and then I was sponsored to continue to grades 6 and 7 in another town a little bit further away. I'm thankful to God that my grades were really good. I worked my way through grade school, and in 2013, I started high school in a technical college in the city of Niamatanda. There, I did a course of studies on civil construction, which I finished in 2014. I was motivated to study further, but first had to upgrade some high school courses. Then, I registered in civil engineering at the University of Beira and studied there from 2016 to 2021. I just graduated with my civil construction degree.
When you finished your studies, you had to do a practicum, right? So how did that go?
Yes, I did a practicum. It was from November 2021 to February 2022. I was there about a month into my practicum when one day, while a few of us were doing our practicum, we were at a job site, and the engineer responsible for the project came and he moved me to a different site where I was to head up the project on my own. I did that with God's help, and the company I was with during that practicum was very thankful for the work I did. When the project was concluded, they thanked me for my good performance.
Can I ask you, when did you come to know Jesus?
My walk with God only became a personal decision after I was sponsored by the mission and sat under the teaching that I received there. This is where I learned how to obey God's commands, respect others, and to live in His Word. This has changed my life completely, and for that, I'm so thankful.
So something very interesting happened this past week.
Well, when I was in Beira picking up my documents, I got a call from Andy Currit, a missionary from the mission, asking me if I could come with my documents so he could take me to a place in Banduzi that had a job posting. When we arrived, the company owner wanted to interview me, but he spoke German and not Portuguese, and I speak no German. Thankfully, Andy was with us, and he speaks both German and Portuguese, so he was our interpreter. The company owner was impressed with me during the interview and hired me right there on the spot. He said that he was anxious for us to work together to build a successful company. I'm so happy. In fact, I've been so excited since the interview that I've hardly been able to sleep all weekend. This is an answer to prayer because as a student, I wondered how and where I'd get a job. Friends of mine that I graduated with are still searching for jobs, and here I got one in a matter of days. I'm so thankful for God opening this door, and pray God's blessing over the mission as it provides the same opportunity to others.
So sponsorship has made a significant difference in your life.
It brought about a phenomenal change in my life.
So, do you have anything you'd like to say to those who sponsor children?
Yes. First, I want to say how thankful I really am. I also want to ask that the Lord's love would continue to flow through sponsors who would join hands in the mission to help us. If it weren't for the mission, I don't know how we would have survived here or what paths our lives would have followed. There are still many other students and orphans who are trying to find their way and don't know what their future holds. Our younger brothers and sisters and many others in lower grades need to be in school. Through sponsorship and with the mission's involvement, these lives can be transformed and changed, and they can also have hope for a better future. Just as God brought about change and a purpose for my life, He wants to do the same for so many others.
Yes, and we want to contribute toward the building of our country, both economically and spiritually.
Absolutely. We young people are beginning to see so much change coming to our communities now. Years ago, things were in rough shape, and life was basically in disarray. Now, with more young people receiving an education, we can return to our home communities and help build them up and bring change for the good.
That's so great. Thank you, Abel. We're very grateful, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.